Do you have any extra stock in hands that you really need to sell super fast? This is the perfect episode for you if you're usually selling in your own e-commerce items that are subject to seasons or trends, such as fashion, beauty, or lifestyle products. Well, hello, dear Queen Boss, and welcome to another episode of the e-commerce Queen Boss podcast. My name is Sohair Ghanem, your host. I am an e-commerce entrepreneur, a leadership keynote speaker, and I help other Queen Bosses to build their own e-commerce brand through experience and consumer psychology marketing. And so, if you are in the right place to learn how to build your own kick-ass e-commerce empire with ease, flow, and grace. So, in this episode, I will give you 4 places where you can sell out your stock very fast. And I want to make sure you understand that it's for those times when you need to liquidate your stock, and not if you're just trying to boost your sales or when you're trying to push for a special offer, because there's a huge difference between these two situations. So it's for you if you have been buying stocks that simply aren't selling. It's also for you if, unfortunately, you're liquidating your company on the purpose to close it down. And so here we go. Right before I dive in, I want to say that finding yourself in this situation is something that happens to so many e-commerce entrepreneurs. And that's mainly due to a lack of market researches. It also happens to people who have a good item selection but didn't budget for their marketing efforts when creating their company initially, right? So if you find yourself in either of these situations, I sincerely hope that you won't give up on your e-commerce dream. And yes, I know that you have probably lost a lot of money and that you're facing a hard situation that is definitely impacting on your self-confidence and your self-beliefs in your ability to run a business. I completely understand that. But if you still feel aligned with your e-commerce vision, then I want you to know that even after finding yourself in this situation, you can still make it in the future by readjusting your way of starting the business. I'm currently working on a free 4 parts training that is especially built to show you how to never find yourself in this same situation again in the future. And of course, avoid losing your initial investment. And no, drop shipping isn't necessarily the only or best solution here. So head over to the description box of this episode to add yourself on my waiting list, so I will be able to notify you when this training is ready for you. Now, let's just get down on it. Those 4 places where you can sell your stocks are Facebook Marketplace, Pinterest Bag, Etsy, or local markets. So these places that I have been tested myself too, because I did find myself in a situation where I needed to liquidate a little bit of stock after creating some collections, but initially all of my collections have been sold out from the moment that I have launched them. It was on extra stock, wrong sizes, or things like that I have used those 4 places. And so Marketplace is amazing if you have those extra stock that you really want to get rid of. Pinterest have been adding a special feature where people can just buy from Pinterest from you without never leaving the Pinterest platform. And so I just want to say, if you're not using Pinterest in your e-commerce, you are missing on a whole lot of sales. And so this is the number 1 place where people are pinning inspiration boards with having in mind to buy stuff. So basically, people who are using Pinterest are using this platform to have inspiration and a list of buying lists when they want to buy stuff for their house, for like anything that they actually want. It starts with a vision board. And so the ability of Pinterest over, for example, Instagram, is to have each one of the posts, each one of the pins linked directly to your sales page. And as I mentioned, Pinterest have added a feature where people can just buy directly through Pinterest. Pinterest doesn't hold any percentage over this sale, which is totally amazing. And you get 100% of whatever the price is initially of your item when you sell your item through Pinterest. So that is just an amazing thing. Bear in mind that Pinterest, just as well as Etsy, is subjected to keywords. So in order for people to find whatever you're selling, your keywords needs to be really top notch, and you need to add as much descriptions as you can, as you are allowed in the post regarding what you're selling, with descriptive keywords that people would be looking for. Etsy is just amazing, and I know a lot of you would start their own e-commerce through Etsy already. This is a good way of starting if you just want to test out your idea, and basically you want to see if it's working, and you don't want to spend too much time or too much money on your own e-commerce platform. However, if you've never used Etsy and you have your own e-commerce platform, and again you find yourself in a situation where you have extra stock, Etsy is the place where it's going to just help you out into selling a little bit faster than usual. In the same spirit, there's eBay. eBay is just amazing too. However, regarding extra stock, I feel from my experience that it's easier to sell on Etsy rather than on eBay. And the last one, but not the least, is to check out your local markets. People who would come directly to you on the markets, and this is just amazing because that's really going to help you seeing the real reaction of people with whatever you have to sell. So you will see if they like it, how they treat it, how they see it, how they touch it, how they want to try it on or not, if it catches attention or not. And this is going to be a great evaluation point and pointers to give you in the future to know if yes or no you have been choosing the right stock for your business and your idea in general, right? So local markets, I definitely advise you to go through that. And that's going to give you so much information in terms of market researches. And Facebook Marketplace will be the same, because people will they will message you and they will actively ask you directly for what they're looking for. So pay attention to their questions, because they are golden when it comes to market researches and future stocks, future collection that you will put in place to sell in your e-commerce. And so if you're in the situation where you're going to still be running your e-commerce business, let me tell you this. These places will help you sell fast, yes. However, if you're trying to build a brand around your e-commerce, this should not be an ongoing effort. Only use those platforms for when you have extra stocks and discounted prices. If you keep selling on those platforms, people will start noticing and they will buy from you at a lighter price on those platforms instead of buying through your own e-commerce. The point is to sell at your best price through your own platform to build on brand recognitions and experience, of course. Head over to the Queen Boss Facebook group, my group, and let me know if this episode was helpful, which part, and if you're finding yourself in either of those situations, I just want to let you know that this Facebook group is a support group, and you will have direct access to me through my lives that I do every Tuesday and Wednesday that I call Business Building Live. And I cover different topics on e-commerce building. And so you can join in live and ask me your questions directly. And again, if you are in this situation, I definitely urge you to place your email in my email list for my upcoming 4-part training, because I'm going to show you what truly works in terms of choosing the right stock, the right collection, the right items that will definitely sell better in your e-commerce in the future. And until the next time, have a blessed day.